Somebody link this real quick. Let's take a look. India's top court to consider legalizing same-sex marriage. That's good. New Delhi. 4 years after India's Supreme Court scrapped the law criminalizing gay sex, it's been agreed to hear petitions seeking legal recognition of same-sex marriage, raising hopes of securing another significant right for the country's LGBTQ community. One of the two petitioners is a gay couple based in Hyderabad, who held a commitment ceremony last December to cement their nearly decade-long relationship. Supriyo Chakraborty and Abhay Dang's ceremony had all the trappings of a regular, colorful Indian wedding. The couple exchanged vows and rings to... Guys, why is the West bad? I'll tell you why. We forgot color. All those Roman statues were painted colors, but we saw them when all the color had faded away, and then we were like, okay, that's how it's supposed to be. Look at this. Okay, well, it's a really low-res image, but you can see the color anyway. What happened, Western man? What is this? What? Look at these beautiful outfits. Then you've got like an American wedding, where it's like, again, I don't want to be mean here. The couple looks lovely. I'm not shitting on the couple or whatever. It's just there is a very deliberate austerity. You know, like the black and white vibe. I just, again, I'm not shitting on these two. I'm happy for them. Also, this guy is huge, so that's cool. I'm always out here supporting big guys. You know, that's like a, yeah, large lads. Yeah, I'm fully here for that. Indian weddings are fucking massive. Well, that's usually because the whole families get involved. Also, could be wrong here, but in India, I think India's like one of the most popular arranged marriages thing. Like, marriages are arranged as a way of like promoting familial bonds between different families, and you can, because people have a lot of children, you can end up with like family, like extended family groups of like hundreds of people. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of arranged marriages. I actually heard a pretty compelling argument for them once from a person who had been in an arranged marriage for like a decade or so that I thought was interesting. I don't agree with their reasoning, but they did bring up some interesting points. Yeah, but more and more people are choosing to marry people they love. Yeah, and I think that's wonderful. Yeah. Like what? What were they? What points? Okay. I can't elaborate as well as them. I'm not Indian, you know. I'm reiterating points. I read this a long time ago, but I think it was like, okay, the modern idea that you marry for love, that's a modern thing. For most of like human society, at least for hundreds and hundreds of years back, like you would have dowries when you'd marry off your daughters, you know, and they'd be like too old if they were like 23 or whatever. The idea was like marriage was a way of cementing familial bonds pretty much everywhere, and a way of kind of like logically, like, yeah, financial transactions, like logically allocating resources, you know. Men work and are an asset. Women, well, the work women do doesn't get paid in our system, so women don't work and are therefore a detriment, so you have to pay people in order to take your daughters because they're just mouths to feed otherwise. Stuff like that. But the argument that I heard was that there were two basic points to it. One of it was like the problems associated with choice, and the other one was family tie and support, right? So basically the argument was, A, marrying who you love is really difficult because who you love is like changes. Who you love can shift. You don't have a full understanding of how you feel. So trying to associate a legal bond with a fleeting, sometimes, or indeterminate feeling can make the indeterminate feeling worse. Like, by associating marriage with love, you're like, it's like tying a cement brick to a like fairy or a butterfly. And the argument was like, you should understand that marriage is like a solid, like, financial, like a business or like social dealing, and work out from there and be on good terms with the person you're assigned to, as like she kind of framed it like a group project in a way almost. Like you don't choose your partner, but you can work with this, you know? Which yeah. And the other one was like family ties because the idea is that like arranged marriages are built off a broader system of trying to get families to cooperate with each other, meaning that like if you are doing the arranged marriage like interconnectivity thing, you end up with this really strong network of people all around you who are like fully on board. It's like a layered group project that everyone kind of like gets behind, whereas marriages for love constantly leads to like people skewing off and so on. Again, I don't think these are compelling arguments in the long run. Like I far prefer, I mean, it's highly coercive, the arranged marriage stuff. um I can see how there's a kind of social benefit maybe to having your parents or at least other people in your life who you trust be like involved in who you choose to marry. But the problem is in reality, oftentimes parents are like dumb and stupid and they don't really know your heart, so it doesn't work out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think arranged marriages are good, but you know, yeah. What was I getting at? Oh, right. Arranged marriages last longer. Well, that's to be expected for a variety of reasons. Let me see. So anyway, this gay couple had a wedding but are not legally married. Hi, Nightfrost. Yeah, I saw your email. I'll probably have you on to talk soon. I apologize for ghosting you before. It's because I'm stupid, but we should talk, yeah. Assuming you're the person I'm thinking you are. Why is length of marriage the measure of a marriage's success? That's another that's another good thing to keep in mind, like in general, right? Not every good friendship has to last forever. Sometimes you have a good friend who's there for a specific time or a specific purpose. Sometimes things don't work out in the long run, but the thing that when they did work out, they were really good. And while obviously a marriage entails a more serious kind of relationship, that can also be the case there. It's totally possible to have a marriage for 10 years, end the marriage amicably, and like still have really fond memories of that time and then go on and live your life and find new people. I don't like the association with success of marriage with length of marriage because we don't really do that with friends necessarily, right? Like who's your best friend? And then it's like, "Oh, well, how many years have you had them?" I've had friends that I've known since I was like 5, but they're not my best friends. They're just like old childhood friends. So that's not really a measure of success there, I guess. But okay, enough. Anyway, gay marriage. Love is gender neutral. True. In August, he said the decision to decriminalize all consensual sex among adults must be accompanied by changes in attitude. Equality is not achieved with the decriminalization of homosexuality alone, but must extend to all spheres of life, including the home, the workplace, and public places. That's true, but decriminalization can be a big step towards facilitating those cultural changes. Okay, that is what he's saying here. Chandrachud, who took over as Chief Justice in November, is known for a string of progressive judgments on LGBTQ and women's rights. In 2018, he was part of the 5-judge bench that delivered the landmark judgment setting aside the colonial-era law criminalizing gay sex, calling it indefensible. Dude, it's so fucking cool how pretty soon, once the Republicans take over, if they do, this country is going to be at like Sudan-level civil rights, and we're going to be outpaced by the rest of the world. I bet a lot of people in chat were thinking when we looked over and realized that Mexico is more progressive on gay marriage than America is in a lot of ways. Like, oh wow, we're gonna be, with respect, the Mexico soon, like in the American perception, right? Because when Americans think Mexico, they think Breaking Bad, orange filter, da di da cartel. Soon we're gonna be the fucking Mexico if the Republicans win. Chanchu, Chief Justice of India, 63 years, pretty young. Former ex officio executive chairman of the National Legal Services Committee. Huh. Notable judgments. He affirmed the right to privacy is a constitutionally guaranteed right. He has termed dissent as the safety valve of democracy and upheld the right to freedom of speech multiple times. This one looks complicated. Gender justice. Call for a change in mindsets as well as affirming the equal entitlements of women under the Constitution. The adultery law unconstitutional. God damn. Gender justice in the army. God, man. Unironically more progressive than our Supreme Court. Okay, well, good job, that guy, and I hope you all do gay sex soon. Yeah. Good luck.